points in the game.
No position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome everyone to Williams-Brice Stadium, home of the South Carolina Gamecocks. As we'll see the national champions from last year, the Texas Longhorns, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the South Carolina Gamecocks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. And the Gamecocks will get us underway with the opening kickoff. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. They'll run it from the gun. Fights off a defender. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time in late in the season.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
There's nothing better than opening drive, coming out as an away team. Everybody's got all that excitement, all that energy, and being able to run the football and physically exert yourself to start a football game.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Zings it complete to the right. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. That play looked as if it had a chance productive, but the open field tackle stopped that.
And it's tough to get a running back one-on-one on the ground in the open field. You want guys swarming to the football to try to make that play, but understand that guy's a weapon. Good job by the defense seeing it, breaking on the football, getting him on the ground.
The give to the tailback. Breaks the tackle. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
Sometimes as an offense, you like run plays, and you like running it right into the teeth of the blitz. That's what happened right there. Everybody up front got a hat on a hat, and they were able to crease that defense.
They'll try to move the chains on the ground. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
How about the play by the speed back? You think about speed, you think about breaking ankles. He broke the tackle because he's so fast, moving so fast, hard to get the guy on the ground.
And the Longhorns are rolling down the field. Wants to throw on first down. Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Longhorns! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive.
I think a lot of people probably expected to see that, right? They're playing on the road, and you know this is going to be a hostile environment, but they've got the better players, and we've seen that before, and there was no hesitation. Opening drive, they go right down the field, they score a touchdown, and they made a statement.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. From the gun, running back gets to give. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. Pulls and throws off the RPO. Now he gives him a little more breathing room as he works his way out to the 17. They'll leave it with him. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
And that's exactly what you wanted from this offense, man. Just breathe a little bit easier, created a little bit of space by getting that first down. Now I wonder, now does this open it up? Does this give us a chance now on first down, be more aggressive, more space on the football field, less concerned about maybe going backwards?
The Gamecocks getting set on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Quick completion on the out.
Well, the short passing game is a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play. So this can certainly open things up later on.
And the Gamecocks in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Back to pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Darisaw. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. The Gamecocks in the hurry up. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
They're dealing with a second and long. Let's go. Wants to keep it in the air. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
Well, no secret, this guy was a big part of their key to success. Already 2 catches on the opening drive, and they go back to him again. This time the defense is in better position, and they force the incompletion.
It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Complete in the middle. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? New set of downs after the completion. Looking to throw on first down. Got a man, it's Darisaw. Big pickup before he goes out of bounds, but there is a flag. We'll have to see if it stands. First down here for the offense. Here we go. Green gun. Out of the gun, looking to throw. Back open in the middle. Not down immediately, but a nice pickup on that one. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Motion from the back. Wants to fire on second down. Makes the catch. It's Darisaw. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
In college football, you see this a ton now. You use a quick passing game, basically as the running game. Get a few yards, get your offense ahead of the sticks, keeps it on pace for success.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Great job by the defense dialing out some pressure on third down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. And not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. They've got it inside the 30 at the 28. First down. Looking to throw on first down. Might be looking to run. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Snagged out of the air. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Gamecocks want to crank the tempo. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. To the air on first down. Dances away to buy time. Fires on the move. Had it in his hands and he dropped it. Thought he had another big play and interception. He'll have to settle for the PBU. It's second down. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll try the run. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. The inside handoff. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead, and we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the 2nd quarter. The Gamecocks will try to convert on 4th down. Gets the back moving. He wants to change this route. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Gets rid of it. And it's picked off at the goal line. They finally get him down, but a huge return. Not only do they get the ball back, but man, did they set up some field position. And the sudden change magnified for this defense as it's 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's going for the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Texas!
Man, this offense has started the season off so good. 1-0 a week ago, right? Now building on it again. Great job putting points on the board. It's still the first half, but this unit looks dialed in.
14, South Carolina, 0.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 4. There he goes! That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Wants to go up top on first down. He'll off one deep down the left side.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Fires to the wideout. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds, and just on to the next down.
Got his man on the outside. Absolutely nowhere to go as his defense makes a 3rd down stop.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water inside.
Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there through the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big 3rd down conversion by this offense.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
To the air on 2nd down. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. And the Gamecocks pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it.
There's a couple of ways to deal with quarterbacks that can run like that so well. QB contained. Keep those ends outside and wide. Keep them in the pocket. And put a spy on him. Put a guy in the middle of the field who's really fast that has the ability to go get that guy when he takes off in situations like this.
He's going to lose a yard on that one. The Gamecocks want to move quickly.
Brings up second and goal.
Sends it back in motion. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. Buying some time. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. They worked it down to the 4-yard line, but now it's third and goal. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The 12th play of this drive, the defense trying to dig in on third and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Stopped at the 13-yard line. The return after the interception has them in business.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the number one job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you, and I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent, but he's making bad decisions.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. They've got him pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They had given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. Third down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Wants to throw on first down. Under fire. He's got an open man. And he's brought down after a nice gain. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. On the run, still looking. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
They'll go back to the air on second down. Got his man downfield. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. And the Gamecocks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Using his legs to buy some time. Looking for the goal line.
Everybody holds their breath when this guy has the ball. On defense now, you got to stop the bleeding because you're allowing one of the best at his position in the sport of college football. now have back-to-back catches. You better be anticipating this offense going back to him again right here.
Fires into the end zone. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete.
And this is the part of the field, man, you really got to have a plan because these windows get smaller and you're trying to fit that ball into the end zone. It's difficult to do. Quarterback.
Touchdown, Gamecocks! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. The home team has the lead right now, but this crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet today. The away team is hanging in there, but they're going to need something to break their way, and soon. They're up by 7 over Sam Houston. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. First snap in this drive will come from the 46. He'll start this drive going to the air. He's got his man. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. And the Longhorns will hustle to the line. Looking to fire. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Yeah, and you don't see that often, right? This guy is elite. He's one of the best in the business. This is what he does for a living, obviously. That's why he gets paid millions of dollars. Yes, NIL is real. So I don't expect many misses from this guy like that.
It's as if you're engulfed in a space odyssey. Williams-Brice alive on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the first down?
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Can't get him to the ground. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. The Longhorns with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Back to pass on second down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
You want to make a guy that's elite, that's one of the best in the business, start to become more and more human. Keep getting hits on him. Nice job by the defense, getting in his face, being physical. Make him feel your presence. Don't let him get comfortable back there in that pocket.
The Longhorns really need to keep this drive alive on third down. They'll try to bully their way for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. They'll give it to him again. Lowers those pads. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one. The Longhorns line it up with a 1st and goal. Slams it ahead. And he's brought down at the line of scrimmage, and the ball will stay at the 2. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Try to get it to the edge. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Longhorns!
Man, that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a 2-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
Get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. He's brought down to the 16, would have been much better off to take the touchback. Offense has enough time to get off a play before we head to the half. Looking to throw on 1st down. The short hands, it's their assault. They'll guide him out of bounds down at the 25-yard line.
Nice job by the QB and receiver on this play in a 2-minute situation, knowing to work the boundary, get the 1st down, and get the ball out of bounds. Great situational awareness.
They're looking to throw on 2nd and short. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Got room on the return. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the 1st half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. And the Longhorns will kick it away to crank up the 2nd half. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. A big reason they find themselves trailing to start the 2nd half, those 2 turnovers in the 1st.
Yeah, and I think coaches will tell you the number one thing that you got to make sure you do is take care of the football. You want to create explosives, you want to put up a bunch of yards, but step 1, Jesse, taking care of the football.
And it just goes to show you how critical those mistakes are. Only 2 plays. That's really what separates this team from potentially having the lead. If they clean up the errors, they've got a chance to win this game.
Just about had another one picked off. They have been way too reckless with the football, throwing it away 3 times already. 3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Trying to keep the drive alive. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? 1st down, operating in the red zone and doing it in a den of noise. Fires to the tight end. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. And the Longhorns come to the line in the hurry-up. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And you must do that against a guy of this caliber. This kind of QB will absolutely pick you apart. You got to get hurries, you got to get pressures, and when you can get hits and make them feel the physicality of the game,
got some room, headed to the goal line, and he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Texas! A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
And he made the extra point without problem.
South Carolina, 7.
Here he comes from midway in the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no time to waste. Pushes ahead for 2. They'll mark it at the 17. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They'll send the back in motion. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. Touchdown!